Why is the key to growth and prosperity? Think about what your why is. We're going to be talking about some different things here. We've already heard from Angelique and from Cody. We want to address our whys for very, very good reasons. Let me get this. I'm having a little bit of a challenge here. Hold on one second. There it goes. Why is the key to growth and prosperity?
Patrick, we're not seeing your screen right now.
Oh, you're not. Oh, boy, what happened? Okay.
I'm only saying this because you told us that if this ever happened, you wanted us to tell you.
Yes, thank you very much. There it goes. Okay.
Perfect.
Got it. All right. Ask yourself the question, why? Why are you here? What has brought you here? Why was it attracted? Why were you attracted to Toastmasters? And why were you attracted to Voyagers in particular? And why do you stay? Ask yourself those questions. And while I'm speaking, I'd like you to make some notes because I'm going to address a few people later on in the talk. One of the keys is start with why. Simon Sinek said it very good. How great leaders inspire everyone to take action. And action is really the element that makes the difference. The Toastmaster promise is most important when we look at the entire picture of what we do in Toastmasters and why we're here. We're going to look at the Toastmaster promise, but we're going to look at a few elements particular. The Toastmaster promise has 10 elements in it, and it's broken down into 3 segments. And then there's the values that we hold. Participation, interaction, and club quality. And the values, I use the acronym RISE, and I'll share that with you. Looking at participation, attend club meetings, prepare speech projects, and prepare and fulfill meeting assignments. We're going to look particularly at meeting assignments, the preparation and execution of those meeting assignments. Interaction, constructive evaluations, positive environment, serving as a club officer, and a respectful and courteous behavior. We're going to look at specifically serving as a club officer. Club quality, bringing guests, follow guidelines and rules, ethical standards. We're going to look specifically at bringing guests. And then my acronym RISE, respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Those are the values of Toastmasters. So when we look at the Toastmaster promise and the values, we want to look at how those actually translate into membership development. Preparing and fulfilling meeting assignments. How does that translate into membership increasing? Well, every person in a meeting is critical. Whether you have a function that day or not, it's very critical. because the meeting is where everything happens in Toastmasters, right here. And function performance is an element that is most important. When we bring a guest in, they are seeing us in action. What that guest sees is what will cause them to make a decision. So when functions are performed, we want to always explain our function, be able to articulate that function in such a way that a new person can understand what's going to be happening. That's going to give them an idea of what this is all about. Toastmasters is an educational organization. Also, fun is an element of what we do. But the fun part is not the primary function. And as I've looked at clubs around the country, especially in North America, I've found that there's a lot of what I call social clubs. They're here for the fun, not particularly for the education. They have other agenda that's outside of the education that's primary. And if you look back in history, just going back the past 10 or 11 years, you will see that there's been a steady and slow membership shrinking over those years in North America, primarily. Why is that? From my estimation, it appears that it has a lot to do with the mindset of some Toastmasters that are looking for fun and looking for social activity instead of looking for education. So how do we deal with that? That's where we look at the serving as club officers. What does it take to serve as a club officer? What does it mean to be a club officer? And what are the responsibilities of those club officers in respect to how this club operates and how this meeting operates to attract people, to draw people into it? Now, people are drawn by individuals. Toastmasters is almost 100 years old. And organizations, as they age, have a tendency to become complacent. Now, that doesn't mean they're not good at what they do. It doesn't mean that they abandon everything that they do. It just means that in some little ways over time, we've become somewhat complacent, and that causes an organization to decline. What do we do about it? How do we regain our mindset to attract people to what we're doing? That's a key to what's happening. I've asked each of you to make some notes. And I would like to ask a couple of people what their whys are, just to get an idea of what people are thinking. John Wissenberg, can you tell us about your why this is important to you and why you are here and why you stay here in just a brief moment?
Thank you, Patrick, or maybe thank you. We'll find out after I answer this question. Number one, I like the people here. That's a big factor, which puts it in the social category. I get to hear opinions that aren't mine that I wouldn't run across any other way. But also, I am here professionally. These are skills of public speaking, thinking, responding to questions, listening that I need, I'm going to say in my job, but also there's skills that I need every day. I do need to listen when people speak and really try to understand them. So that's why I'm here. Like I said, a lot of it is social. There is a professional aspect in here, but social.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I want you to think about your why, because you, each individual in our Toastmaster promise, has a promise to bring people to the club, to explore what we do here. Think about how you interact with people out in the city and what you do and how this environment has touched you in such a way that you are compelled to bring other people here. Think about your why, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Patrick. That was